Do you know who the man in this painting is? Nobody knows for certain. For more than 200 years it has been a mystery. Stay until the end, and I'll tell you what historians have discovered. Imagine standing at the top of a mountain, where solid ground ends and a white ocean begins, covering everything. Before you, a solitary man contemplates the immensity, turning his back to us to invite us to look through his eyes. This is the defining image of German Romanticism, the wanderer above the sea of fog, painted by Caspar David Friedrich in 1818. This work is not simply a landscape. It is a manifesto about solitude, spiritual seeking, and the insignificance of the human being before the magnitude of the universe. Throughout this video, we will discover that every rock, every wisp of mist, and even the cut of the wanderer's jacket hides secrets about family traumas, political rebellion, and an unshakable religious faith. Join me in deciphering why this painting, which was ignored during the artist's lifetime, is today one of the most recognizable images in the history of Western art. To understand the melancholy that permeates this canvas, we must travel to northern Germany, to Greifswald, where Friedrich was born in 1774. Raised in a strict Lutheran family, his childhood was a succession of traumatic farewells. At the age of 7, he lost his mother and shortly after, 2 of his sisters. But the blow that defined his psyche occurred when he was 13. While ice skating, his brother Johann Christopher drowned in a frozen lake after saving Caspar himself from falling through the ice. This feeling of guilt and the direct confrontation with death marked his style forever, turning him into an artist who did not paint what he saw before him, but what he saw within himself. Friedrich trained at the Academy of Copenhagen, where he rejected the rigidity of Italian idealism to focus on Nordic realism and direct observation of nature. In 1798, he settled in Dresden, integrating himself into the heart of the German Romantic movement alongside poets like Novalis and painters like Runge. The painting emerges at a moment of existential crisis in Europe. Romanticism was a reaction against the cold rationalism of the Enlightenment and the logic of neoclassicism. While science tried to explain everything, Friedrich and his contemporaries reclaimed mystery, intuition, and individual emotion. This is where the concept of the sublime, theorized by Kant, comes in. The sublime is that feeling of awe and sacred terror that overwhelms us when we are confronted with something so immense that it surpasses our reason. The wanderer is not a conqueror of the mountain. He is a diminutive figure who recognizes his finitude before the power of divine creation. For Friedrich, nature was God's Bible, and contemplating it was an act of silent prayer. I have spent years painting in oils, and I am going to tell you something. There are moments before the canvas when you feel exactly like this, with your back to the world, alone with what you are creating, not knowing whether what you see before you is an abyss or a victory. Friedrich understood it. That is why his paintings do not age. Because what he painted is not a landscape. It is an emotion. Let us now analyze the structure of the painting. Friedrich made an unusual decision to use a vertical format for a landscape, something that was normally reserved for portraits. This serves to emphasize the upright posture of the man, aligning him with the central axis of the canvas. In fact, if we divide the painting, the wanderer's heart is found almost exactly at the geometric center of the composition. Visually, the painting is a pyramidal construction. The dark rock forms a solid base pointing upward, while the mountains in the background seem to converge toward the man's head. To achieve depth, Friedrich used aerial perspective and the sfumato technique, blurring the outlines of the distant mountains so they merge with the mist. There is a brutal contrast between the solidity of the rocks in the foreground and the transitory and vaporous nature of the clouds. The most famous technique in this painting is the Rückenfigur, the figure seen from behind. By hiding the wanderer's face, Friedrich prevents us from being distracted by his physiognomy and forces us to project our own emotions onto him. He is our avatar in the landscape. If we are sad, we will see sadness in him. If we are inspired, we will see triumph. But there is a detail that often goes unnoticed: his clothing. The man wears the Altdeutsche Tracht, the old German costume. In 1818, this costume was a symbol of nationalist resistance against Napoleon's French occupation and was banned by the Carlsbad Decrees for being considered a demagogic activity. Friedrich, a convinced patriot, painted the man in this costume as an act of silent political defiance, suggesting that the wanderer contemplates the future of a unified Germany still hidden beneath the mist. Friedrich died in 1840 in poverty and practically forgotten, as his melancholy style no longer fitted with the realism of the era. His work was even used as propaganda by National Socialism in the 20th century, which damaged his reputation for decades. It was not until the 1970s that his figure was rehabilitated as the genius he truly was. Today, his influence is immeasurable. He has inspired everything from the expressionist cinema of Murnau in Nosferatu to the visual immensity in modern films such as The Revenant or Dune. His wanderer appears on thousands of book covers, symbolizing the individual search for meaning in a confusing world. And now, the answer I promised at the beginning. Who is the wanderer? Historians believe he could be Friedrich himself, who painted himself contemplating the future of Germany. Others point to a Prussian army officer named Carl von Brincken, but Friedrich never revealed it. And perhaps that is the definitive answer. The wanderer is you. He always has been. In the end, Friedrich achieved what he sought, that when looking at his paintings, we would not see a mountain in Germany, but the vast and unfathomable sea of clouds that we all carry within us. If this video has moved you, subscribe to Chronicus del Pencil. There are many more painters waiting to tell you their story. See you in the next one.